Hi friends, welcome to my channel Organized with Joy. In today's video, I wanted to share with you some ideas for gifts for teenagers. I thought if you needed some last minute gift ideas, most of these are fairly inexpensive, but I thought I'd share with you what I have purchased for my children over the years. For those of you who don't know, my oldest is 24 years old, and then I have a 19 and 17 years old. So I definitely have survived many Christmases in the teenage years, and so I thought I would just share some of the types of things that I have purchased for my children over the years. I broke it down into two lists, a list for girls and a list for boys. But truthfully, I know that some of the items on each list could certainly be interchangeable for girls and boys. I am just sharing with you what I have purchased for my daughter and then my sons. So that's how I broke it down, and so I'll start first with the girls list, and the first item on that list is hair accessories. I feel like a girl cannot own too many hair accessories, and I know that my daughter always appreciates getting new ones. The next item that I have for girls is fuzzy socks, or kind of like sock slippers. I have bought those for my daughter in the past, and she has really appreciated them, and especially if they're kind of like socks where you wash them frequently, they are likely to get lost, so definitely a couple of pairs or purchasing a pair every Christmas is not unreasonable. The next item I have up for girls is Polaroid pictures. Like if they have a Polaroid camera, you can get them some extra pictures. You can get them some extra pictures, but in addition to that, one year I bought my daughter these string lights that had clips on them so that she could hang up her Polaroid pictures, and she really enjoyed that. Next up is makeup or nail polish. So I know this isn't for every girl, but I know that my daughter has appreciated getting makeup items, particularly if you know of any makeup items that they really like that are on the more expensive end, so that would be a great gift. And the next idea for girls would be jewelry. In particular, I have bought my daughter some necklaces in the past that she really loves, but you could certainly buy any type of jewelry just depending on what your teen daughter is interested in. The next idea, and obviously this one could certainly be for boys too, is a beanie hat. I know my daughter really loves beanies, and she likes having a variety of colors and styles of beanies, so that is another idea for girls. The next idea I have is a journal with some fun pens. I know a lot of girls like to journal. It's a way that they can just get their thoughts out onto paper, especially if they're going through times where they're dealing with a lot of emotions. I know it's great to encourage them to write out those emotions down in a journal. The next idea would be an adult coloring book with some colored pencils. And I don't know if you've ever seen those. I actually had one myself for a while that I really enjoyed coloring in, and usually it's just these pictures that almost look like tattoos. They're just like a bunch of different things on them. I wish I couldn't find my adult coloring book. Might have gotten rid of it. But anyway, a lot of people like to color with colored pencils on that because it gives them more of a precision, so you could get colored pencils along with the adult coloring book. Another idea for girls, and again, this one could certainly be for boys, is to get a book of something that they're interested in. One year I got this book for my daughter, and it is a book with pictures of different national parks around America. She's super interested in the national parks in the United States, and so she really was excited to get this book. And for my son, he has been interested in the medical field for quite a while, and so I know that I've gotten him a couple of medical type books where he can learn more about the human body. The next idea for girls is to buy them bath bombs or any sort of like luxury bath item. And I have to say, I absolutely love the store Lush for this. They make all natural products, and I did grab, my daughter still had this. She has a jar with bath bombs, and she still had this one. I believe it was from last year. And this was one of their Christmas items, but Lush in particular frequently has holiday items in their store that you can purchase. Another idea for girls is plants. I know plants have been popular for several years now, but my daughter really loves live plants, and I know a lot of girls are really into that look, so that is another idea. And the last idea I have for girls, again, this could be for boys, is an oil diffuser. I know my son actually has an oil diffuser as well, but one year I bought my daughter a really cute looking oil diffuser for Christmas. There's a lot of variety of oil diffusers out there, and there's a lot of like really pretty ones and different designs on them, so you can find a really fun or unique one that fits your child's personality. And of course, you can also include essential oils. And next up, I wanted to talk about some ideas for teenage boys. And I know teenage boys can be really difficult to buy for, but I have a few ideas that aren't all that expensive. So here we go. The first one, I have to mention this website. Pretty much every year I go to the website that19.com. They have the most amazing and fun gifts that you can find. So definitely check out their website. I'll have it linked in my description box below so that you can go check them out and see all of the fun sort of gifts they have at their store. And types of things that I have bought there in the past are like fun candy items. They have these huge gummy bears. They have spicy candy. They have like lollipops with bugs in them and that sort of thing. So that's really fun for boys. Another thing they have at their store are like silly or interesting board games. And then they also just have fun kind of toys. They actually could be for men too. One year I bought my son a desktop like punching bag, and that was fun. They also have like this miniature drum set that is like for your desk. And then I also saw on there this year a slushie maker, which looked like a lot of fun as well. The next item that I have on the list for teenage boys is some sort of car kit. I purchased a car kit for my son one year. I think it was shortly after he got his driver's license, and it just has like jumper cables and flares and cones and just all sorts of things that you might need in case of an emergency. So that is a great kit for any teenager to have in the back of their vehicle so they're prepared in case of some sort of emergency. Another idea I have for boys is to get them a genuine Swiss Army knife. Now, I have an example of one that I got for both of my boys. This is one of my boys, but at this particular store, I believe I got this at Pottery Barn. They were able to monogram it. So both of my boys have identical Swiss Army knives, but they're monogrammed. So I'll show you this. So that is a really great idea for boys. Another idea, and again, some of these could be for girls too. I know that girls probably would enjoy this as well, is a phone charging battery pack. And I one year got for both of my boys these phone charging battery packs that came in kind of a little wallet, and it had a place for cords or your headphones, so it was really nice. And then the battery pack was like inserted inside of the wallet. There was like a pouch, and then the cord kind of stuck out, so it was really convenient. I know both of my boys appreciate owning those for when they're on the go and they don't want their phone to run out of battery. Another idea I have if you purchase electronics for your children, I know we in the past have purchased electronics like maybe a laptop or a telephone or whatever they're asking for, an iPad. A lot of times we would get those on Black Friday, and we would feel like it's silly to not just give it to them when it arrives in the mail. They can enjoy it for the next few weeks. So what I would do so that they had a present to open is I would just go find a picture online and drop it into a Google Docs form and just print it out. Now, I printed this one out just in black and white and on a regular piece of paper, but typically I would print it out in color and use cardstock so it looked kind of neat and official. I don't really know if my kids necessarily appreciated that. There were some eye rolls when they would open that, but I just really feel like it's fun to open gifts, and even if they already know that they have that electronic gift, it is still fun to have something to open. Another idea I have for boys is to get them slippers. They might not like the fuzzy socks that you get for your daughter, but just a nice pair of slippers. There's so many places online where you can find really nice, comfortable, and stylish slippers for boys. Trip, don't bark. No. Shh, I'm filming. The next idea I have for boys is some sort of subscription service that they're interested in, whether that's like Spotify or maybe YouTube Premium or whatever it's called, where you don't have to watch the ads, something like that. And then you can go ahead and make your own gift certificate, whether that's like on your computer and print it out, or even just a handwritten gift certificate that you can wrap up so they have something to open. I know we have done for all three of our kids the Spotify Premium every year for the last several years so that they can listen to whatever music they want and without ads. Another idea that I have for boys is get them something that is related to or themed in something they're interested in. So one year I got my son, who I mentioned is interested in the medical field, I got him this guy. And you can actually take all these parts out and like put them back together. There's a book that he came with so that you know where all the parts are. But I've also gotten him like medical themed wall decor, or my other son is really into music, so I could get him something related to music. So if there's something that your child is really interested in, think of creative ways that you could buy items that they didn't even know that they wanted or needed. The next idea I have for boys is purchase an experience. One year, my husband took my son on a plane ride, and the pilot actually let my son fly the plane. Now, I don't know if that is something that always happens, but that was a real treat for him. But a couple other ideas are your local trampoline park or your roller rink, or maybe there's an amusement park in your town, or even something like a zipline park. All of these would be a great idea, whether it's just a one-time visit to one of these locations or maybe a season pass. Another idea I have is to purchase fun socks. And if your son isn't somebody who's really into something like fun socks, perhaps expensive socks. Now, this would be maybe something like socks with certain athletic logo like Nike or Adidas that are maybe a little bit more money than you would spend ordinarily on a pack of socks for your son. But I know a lot of times boys really like this sort of thing, and so that is another idea. Another idea I have for teenage boys is anxiety-reducing toys like the fidget spinners or maybe a stress ball, or there's also these magnetic balls that you can put together and play with and put them into different shapes. All of these things are something that boys might enjoy playing with to reduce their stress. The last idea I have for boys is a fun desk calendar. Now, I do have to admit, one year I bought a fun desk calendar for my son, and I don't really think he used it. I didn't see a lot of the pages torn off, but maybe your teenage son is someone who would really enjoy that, whether it's a joke of the day or maybe inspirational quotes or whatever it might be. This could be a really great gift for boys. Well, thank you for watching my video today. I hope it gave you some ideas if you needed some last minute ideas for your teenage kids. And if you're interested, I made a video last year where I shared some gift ideas that are non-tangible. So things that are either experiences or something that could be used up that won't be around your home forever. So if you're interested in that one, I can go ahead and link that, and that'll give you even more ideas for things that you could get for your teenage kids. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.